And welcome to the PBA Tournament of Champions pregame show presented by AMF. Yes, we are just outside of Akron for this, the 61st Tournament of Champions, and the 36th that will be held in this very historic building, Riviera Lanes, alongside AJ Chapman, the most recent winner on the tour, and Kyle Sherman. We are here to break down today's event. Probably the biggest event in the PBA season is the Tournament of Champions. The best of the best going up against each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And PBA champion,
that's right,
AJ Chapman, man. Congrats, brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, okay, this tournament, you've bowled this before. You've made it out to PTQ. But
Yep.
you walk in through these doors. Does this how much different does this tournament feel compared to others?
I mean, just obviously the other day walking in and watching the PTQ was different. Not having a bowl, that was really cool. But yeah, you know, the words that are on the front of the building, through these doors walk the greatest bowlers in the world, right? It's definitely a different feel. The historic pair that they keep using, I think it's really, really cool. It's definitely different than anything else you'd experience.
As far as history goes, you just won the Roth-Holman doubles event. We go back to Marshall Holman, and this is the anniversary of his 50th and 40th Tournament of Champions that took place here at Riviera Lane. So a lot of history here, but again, it was the title that you were able to win, that doubles title. Are you still kind of riding that wave? And how is Zach feeling as the number one seed? Are you guys feeling the momentum?
Oh, I mean, it's Zach is definitely fueling off it big time. Obviously, he's bowled amazing this week. I wouldn't quite say it's set in yet. I think when I go see my parents and my family for the first time is when it's probably going to feel real, because they probably put just as much time and blood and tears into it that I did. And just I'm very excited to go share it with them, and I'm very, very excited to be here to root on Zach as well.
How do you feel Zach is going to do in this situation, this event, the number one seed, under the lights, his first time here at Riviera Lanes?
I mean, everybody thought, maybe not everybody thought, but last week there was a chance of him bowling at Bayside for the first time. The environment's new, it's rowdy, it's crazy, and he handled it like a champ that he's been there for how many times, and I don't expect it to be any different this week.
All right, let's look at the five that are bowling for today's title, and it starts with the number 5 seed, Jason Belmonte. He's going to join us here on set in just a moment. He will go against Brandon Bonta. Bonta winning the Players' Championship to start the season. The winner of that goes up against Andrew Anderson. He was in the U.S. Open earlier this year. And yes, Alex Horton. Everybody's looking at that name going, Alex Horton? Who's Alex Horton? Well, it's another rookie, and this has seemed to be the year of the rookies on the PBA Tour. And then the number 1 seed of Zach Wilkins, your teammate in that doubles win. He was able to get the win, which means that you guys didn't have to bowl in the PTQ to get to this point. So do you see, I guess, a favorite other than your best friend that could run the ladder potentially in Belmo or Brandon Bonta? Who looks the best right now?
I mean, it'd be hard to argue against Belmo in a situation like this. He's probably got the most experience of anybody on TV this week, especially in this building, man. He's won 3 of these tournaments, I believe, the TOCs. So four. Oh, geez, yeah, of course, yeah.
Sorry.
Wow, yeah, an extra one. But he's just got so much experience. So if somebody's going to run the ladder, I would put my money on him. And then I think this young Alex Horton kid's got some stuff. I'm very impressed. Very impressed with this.
So
game.
when we came out, we had a really strong, I wouldn't say necessarily rookie class, but our little era, a little older than us, a little younger than us. I mean, you had the Tangs, Chris Five, Marshall Kent, EJ. I mean, it was very stacked, right?
Yep.
But then this rookie class coming in, dude,
wild.
they are winning. They are winning majors. They're winning tournaments, leading tournaments, shooting 300. I mean, have you seen anything like this? I know the answer is no, but I mean, it's just unfathomable.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got to watch him bowl a little bit closer at the doubles. We actually bowled them in the second round, and I hadn't seen him bowl that much before. And man, I was impressed. I was very, very impressed. And obviously, what Bonta did earlier this year, bowling 300, his first telecast at a major, was insane.
Brandon Bonta runs the ladder and bowls a perfect 300 game to start off the season. Is that the highlight you think so far of this season?
I mean, it's definitely a statement piece to start with for sure. I would probably say you got to put that one up there.
Yeah, Rick was spoiled, okay?
I thought they were all going to be that way.
This guy's rookie runs a ladder, 300, and he's like, I mean, this is the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
Isn't this what happens every week? And then we bowl Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
And then we have the historic lowest.
The 130, 150 match.
Yeah. Which, as a bowler, I found Like everyone's like, was that hard to call? I'm like, dude, I loved it. These guys feel naked out there. These guys are like, and then they somehow have to find it within themselves to just get to the pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And I love seeing bowlers struggle like that because we've all been there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the grind is so cool sometimes too. Sometimes people love seeing 260 to 250, and sometimes 130 to 150 is just as fun to watch.
9 weeks, 9 different winners. Are we going to see a 10th different winner today?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, he's a little biased in this, but I mean, we've gone with the experience a lot of times when we're trying to call, easy to do, right? But
so, did you hear what I said? Are we going to see a 10th different winner? So you're just saying that because Zach won last week, you don't want him to win?
No.
I mean, you want him to win. So you want, okay. You did hear me correctly.
I did.
I want to make sure.
Definitely.
You guys both dove on that, and I thought, wait a second, hold on. I want to make sure they heard me right.
No, he's biased.
You could say first repeat or 10th new one, either way.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be right. I'm going with Alex.
Yeah.
Alex,
I'm going with him.
Another rookie, so that'd be the 4th rookie. All right.
That would be wild. That would be crazy.
We definitely need to hear from these 5, but first let's take a quick break. And now joining us, the number 5 seed and possibly one of the greatest to ever throw a ball down the lane, and that's Jason Belmonte. Belmo, we talked earlier about the expectations that you have on you as far as I think everybody has always expected that you're just going to make every show and you're going to hit every shot. How do those expectations weigh on you when you've had a couple years since you've been on the show?
Yeah, it definitely weighs very heavy on you. And no one has a higher expectation of me than me. But when there's a series of events in your life and you're aging, and then the crew that is now on tour and how strong and talented they are, there's a lot of things that you have to change. You can't just be who you were 10 years ago and expect that to last forever. So, I'm constantly thinking about evolving myself. And in doing so, there's a learning curve for that. And so when you're hearing a lot of the noise and you're trying to push through that, it's difficult, especially when I'm my harshest critic. And I say some of the same things. But this week was definitely a great feeling to be able to put some of those things that I've been working on onto the lanes and then seeing that reward with a TV show.
So you took a 2-week break and you come back, and what a game you had to do against Santo Tavanainen to get into this show. And it was interesting because I was standing right there watching. You were 21 pins behind, and you had to beat him to be able to advance into the top 5.
Yeah, and all night I was really lost. Everything that I tried was so close, but when you're trying to shoot 240s and 250s, so close isn't good enough. And so that match against Santu, I made another big change using 2 different balls on each lane. I caught a couple of breaks, which I felt like I didn't really catch throughout the evening. And Santu just didn't have... He had the look that I had for most of the night, and I caught an extra couple of breaks, and I was able to get the win.
Jace, mentally, I mean, okay, I know you've won a lot. You've won a lot of shows, but... you haven't won a singles title in a while. That last game, you need to beat Santu. Are you a little bit more nervous than normal, or what's going through your head mentally as you're approaching that match?
Mate, if I'm really honest, every single time I've ever bowled on television or in a match like that, I've gotten nervous. Yeah. I feel it in my legs. I feel my heart rate go up, and it was no different last night against Santu. The idea or the fact that I haven't won a singles title in so long, it didn't add any extra to that, because when you feel it, you feel it. And there's a beautiful thing about that. I feel like if I come out here and I don't ever feel that rush, it's probably time for me to not be out here.
It makes me feel so good that you feel that, because I'm like a goat like this still gets nervous. I'm like, okay, you're human.
Absolutely, I love it.
Well, it was in this building back in 2023. Your last singles win was the tournament champion. You've won this 4 times, but you just mentioned that now you somewhat have to adjust your game to the way the younger bowlers have maybe advanced it. So what did you do, and what are mentally you're doing to be better and to be in this show and potentially win the 5th?
It's actually more just watching how the younger players attack today's oil patterns. With the scoring pace going up a little bit, my game, I think I really built it around, doubling in the 10s for 2-0 to save it and finding those good pairs and shooting 240, 250 and kind of making those runs happen through a tournament where, in particular with this season, if you don't have the best ball reaction that week, you just don't win. There's no fighting. There's no kind of coming back. So I've had to kind of design my game to kind of go back and throw it back to, when I was younger, when I was a kid, where it was more about rev rate and throwing it a little firmer and just making sure I strike every time I hit the pocket rather than controlling it as much. Now, I don't want to lose some of that skill, so I'm trying to implement some of the old ways into my new game. And there's a bit of conflict there. So time to time, they don't work out very well.
All right.
Let's say do you think it's a different level of patience, a different mindset? You said when you're grinding, okay, just be patient, kind of get through the bad games because I know if I shoot a good game, I can really surpass some people. But with this higher scoring pace these days, or this season in particular, it's almost like you have to be more aggressive. You have to be on top of your moves because those 180 games hurt you way worse.
Yeah, it's actually, to be fair, the 180 games hurt, but it's almost like you succumb to I just bowled 180, that's probably it for the night. Where the thing that you've really got to learn when the scoring pace is this high is the 9-pin or the ring 10 when you think it should strike. Because those are the ones that you want to get paid for. The good shot, did everything right, didn't get rewarded. That eats at you, especially in a longer format where you need to shoot 250s every single game. So that learning curve of, like you said, grinding it out, I had to kind of adjust myself to be like, normally I'm pretty calm and I solid 9, I solid 7, whatever it is. You just spare it and move on. With the scoring pace as it is, it fries you out immediately.
You feel like you have to carry that.
All right, running the stepladder. Your first opponent is going to be Brandon Bonta. He started off on fire this season. How do you go up against him? And then what's your mentality for today? Do you feel like you've got 4 games in you?
No, absolutely. I mean, I have experience in running the ladder. In fact, the last time I won this tournament, I had to run 2 ladders, essentially, coming from the 6th seed. So I know I have the opportunity to do it again. I know I have the ability to do it. Facing Brandon, one of the things that impresses me so much is, irrespective of the scoring pace, I watch this generation bowl. I watch how they let the ball go. I watch their swing plane, their launch angles. I watch their creativity and adjustments. These kids are brilliant. And it might be their first year out here on tour, but the way they're bowling, they are not rookies by any sense of the word. And that quality is what I've seen out of Brandon already on his first show earlier this year. I'm expecting the same thing. Just because he is a rookie, maybe in the years gone by, you can feel like you have a little advantage where you can maybe intimidate the player a little bit and get off to an early start and put that pressure on. I just don't think this crew of rookies cares who you are, how many strikes you throw. They are just so confident and they're so brilliant at what they do that you need to treat them like they are world class.
Well, I think everybody out there knows he has 32 titles, and of that, 15 of those are majors, and of those 15, 4 of them are from this tournament, the Tournament of Champions, the best of the best. But his opponent started off the season with a 300 game. Let's hear from Brandon Bonta. He's standing by with Taryn Hatcher.
All right, Brandon, so you already have a win this season, but what would it mean to you to win the Tournament of Champions where you're competing against the creme de la creme here?
Yeah, I think it would be pretty special to win the Tournament of Champions. I mean, this is probably one of the most historic events we have on tour, so it'd be really special to get my second major here at the Tournament of Champions.
Where's the confidence level coming out going into this one?
Yeah, I think the confidence level is really high. I had a really good week, and I've had some experience on TV obviously this year, so I just can't wait to get out there.
A lot of talk about these lanes and the pairing of these lanes. What kind of experience and knowledge have you gained this week from these lanes and how they can play sometimes?
Yeah, I've just really learned that the front part of the lane really hooks here, and I'm just trying to watch all the ball reaction that I can during practice and throughout the matches that hopefully I can help me to succeed.
Any of the 5 going to be here for you today?
Absolutely. All 4 of them are going to be here.
And what kind of confidence do they give you when they're making their side comments and you're out here competing?
Yeah, they give me the utmost confidence. Even though that we joke around a lot, they always have my back.
Anybody chirp you in these big moments?
I don't think they chirp me. They'll chirp me when I get off of the set. But while I'm bowling, they're my biggest fans.
We'll have to make sure we have a mic nearby when that happens. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
With Brandon Bonta, what a season it has been. It started off at the Players' Championship with a perfect 300 game to not only win his first title, but his first major. And with winning that and the success that he's had this year, being on this show, he's probably a lock for Rookie of the Year, but now he's in the conversation of Player of the Year if he were to go out and win today.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to not only start your season, but to start your PBA career.
Yeah.
I mean, you win a major and you shoot 300 on TV. I mean, obviously it's unprecedented. And yeah, now he's immediately thrown his name into the Player of the Year race. I mean, forget Rookie of the Year now.
Right.
Although, if Alex wins today,
Well, Spencer Robarge has won.
Robarge,
We've
he
got
can win
Austin
again.
Grammer has won.
I forget all these rookies
I
that have just
know.
crushed it this year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Brandon, I mean, his poise on the lanes, the way he is, and again, we talked about it with a lot of rookies this year, the way they just step up to the plate, show, bowl on TV, it's unbelievable. And, I'm excited, but to see him bowl today, but he's got Belmo. He's got the GOAT to go against, so that's a whole different ballgame.
The winner of that match will then look forward to Andrew Anderson. So let's talk a little bit about the number 3 seed. Andrew Anderson, we saw him earlier. He's already been on a TV show, the U.S. Open earlier this year. He's got the talent and the confidence. One of the things he talks about a lot is Hall of Fame, and you got to win 2 majors to be eligible for that.
Yeah, we talked to Andrew, and every time we have, Hall of Fame gets brought up. And Andrew's been one of the best bowlers the last couple of years. Last year was probably Andrew's best year to date, even better than his Player of the Year race. I mean, it seemed like everything we bowled, Andrew was either winning or had a chance to win. And he's bowled well this year, made a show at the U.S. Open. We talked to him. He's been really close. And that's out here. It's a couple hits. It's a couple shots can be the difference between making runs at shows and missing cuts. And this week he was firing at all cylinders, and he's a problem. He's very comfortable in this building. He's made a lot of shows here. Now he just needs to get it done.
Let's see if the confidence continues for Andrew Anderson. Let's hear from the number 3 seed. He's with Taryn.
All right, Andrew, so you have some experience on these lanes. You have some experience with success on these lanes. How are you feeling going into this one today?
Yeah, I'm going to try to ride that experience and a lot of good vibes here. No wins just yet, but hopefully that changes today.
We were talking a little bit before about this season and how it's gone and where you're at mentally. Can you give us a little insight into how you're feeling psychologically coming into this?
Yeah, I mean, all over the place a little bit. I'm just excited for the opportunity to win another major. And it's been a long time coming. Majors this year have treated me really well. Don't have a win just quite yet, but I'm just going to try to ride that wave of confidence in these events.
I know we've talked since earlier this season about one more win, Hall of Fame of it all. How much is that lingering in the back of your mind as you prepare to compete?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. And I'm not even the only one thinking about it. Now it's talked about. It's almost a thing. But I can't rely on that at the moment, or I can't think about it. My job is just go out and be as successful as I can, be the best version of myself, and I think the rest will take care of itself.
Well, good luck on doing exactly that today. Thank you for the time.
Thanks.
So Anderson, the 3 seed, if he's able to win and move up, the next one he has to face is 22-year-old Alex Horton. And if you don't know that name, well, a lot of people didn't know that name. As a matter of fact, Alex Horton didn't even sign up to start bowling in the PBA until he saw Brandon Bonta win the Players' Championship. So think about that and the path that he's on right now. He played and was in the PTQ to get qualified, and now he's the number 2 seed in the TOC.
Yeah, I mean, Alex is just continuing this run of rookies, these phenoms that come up, and they're just not scared of anything. They seem to be, I mean, again, this tournament is one that I think experience really thrives. But, I mean, they're throwing that out the window, and they're seeing the lanes. They're not scared. The last round of match play, Alex is still staying up there. He's going toe-to-toe with some of the best to ever do it, and he's just incredible. And a PTQ guy, and we've seen this before. He bowled the PTQ, didn't even qualify for this tournament, had to get into it. We saw this with Matt O'Grady before, so we've been down this road before. So I'm excited to see how he performs on TV.
Matt O'Grady was able to do it back in 2018. We'll see if the number 2 seed, Alex Horton, can do it. Let's hear from him. He's with Taryn.
All right, very exciting day for you today. You've had to make quite a run, do quite a bit of work to get here, but now you're here. How are you feeling?
This is amazing. This is something that you can only dream of, and this opportunity is something that I'm going to cherish forever for sure.
Now, I talked to you before about inner dialogue and handling these big moments. You seem pretty unshaken. What's the mentality?
Yeah, this is something that I've prepared for my whole life, to be able to be in the situation, and honestly, I'm just going to take every moment that I can and make the best of it for sure.
Now, I know just now off camera, we were teasing Brandon. We're a couple Eagles fans. Unfortunately for him, he is a Cowboys fan. Would it feel extra special to beat him knowing that now?
Hey, and not only that, but I mean, I have already beaten him on TV. So, you know, the opportunity to beat him again, 2-0, that would be something I'd like to do. So, yeah, let's make it happen.
And finally, what is your expectation for today, knowing how far you've come to get here? What is it that you're wanting for yourself out of this?
Honestly, just bowl a good game. That's really all I have, is regardless of the outcome, whether I win or lose the first match, I just want to bowl a good game. That's all.
Well, congrats for making it this far, and good luck going forward.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We have heard from the 5th seed to the 2nd seed, and now we're joined by the number 1 seed for the Tournament of Champions here at Riviera Lanes, Zach Wilkins, coming off of a week ago your first win on the tour, which last week after you got done, you said, I don't have to bowl the PTQ now to be in the Tournament of Champions. And you took that and went all the way to the 1 seed, and now you've got 1 game away from winning your first major. How's it feeling?
Yeah, I mean, this feeling's absolutely incredible. Younger Zach probably wouldn't even believe that this situation is even possible. So I'm just trying to soak it all in while I have it.
When you say soak it all in, we can enjoy last week. You and AJ, and we had AJ on the show just a little while ago, you and AJ really, as friends, roommates, you guys have figured out the chemistry in doubles. And obviously, he might be your biggest fan, as well as being your friend. How does it feel to go out there and get your first win together?
Dude, it's unbelievable. It's what, I mean, you heard it on the show. It's literally what dreams are made of. You know, obviously we can see the gutter ball.
That was a bad dream.
Yeah, that almost
that was a
turned
bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, that almost turned into a nightmare. But here he sacked up and literally threw probably the best shot of his career under, you know, the circumstances of the crowd and everything. So yeah, I mean, that emotion says it all right there. I mean, we've created a lot of great chemistry over the year and a half rooming together, and then to be able to do it side by side and for our first ever title, it's something we're never going to forget.
We're never going to forget this either.
Oh man, yeah, we ended up going into the bar after, and Bopo started chanting, "Fill it up,
oh yeah,
fill it up," and we were like, okay, I guess we're going to fill it up. And I thought they were only going to pour, like, you know, maybe a pint or so in there. Yeah. No, they filled the whole thing up, and I was like...
That's what they do at Bayside.
Yeah, I mean, it was a whole learning experience last week, and I'm already ready to go back to Bopo. It was a sweet feeling.
Now, can you bring the fans here? I mean, as far as, will you try to get these fans to be behind you like you had last week, or will it be maybe a little more of a normal bowling situation where you're going to try to focus and be locked in? Or do you like the crowd being loud?
I think there's going to be a little bit of both. I love hearing the chanting. I love hearing the crowd, you know, erupt. So you're probably going to see a little bit of everything out of me tomorrow.
Well, I agree. I mean, you really just leveled up last week in Bayside. And what impresses me, Zach, is you hadn't bowled at Bayside before. You win. You have never bowled here before. Number 1 seed. 2 places where I would consider experience really plays a factor. Do you think not having the experience kind of played to your advantage a little bit?
Yeah, I was able to just kind of do my own thing. Like I've heard a lot of horror stories about this place, pair to pair. So I was able to trust my ball reps. They were able to just give me some, you know, little bit of tidbit information, and you know, I kind of played dumb a little bit. Like, just okay, it's another pair. I'm just going to look at my ball motion, see what it does, and just, you know, make my adjustments that way instead of, you know, using the topography and thinking, oh, I got to play here or play here, and that can be a little tricky sometimes.
Yeah, you had no past trauma. You've never been down to 5 and 6 and shot 170 to fall out of the cut.
Yeah,
that helps.
Yeah, I've heard 5 and 6 is probably the hardest pair in this building.
Yeah.
You're the 1 seed, so obviously you're going to be watching. But you'll also be warming up. Can you tell us what your plan is for today to get ready for that match?
Yeah, it's probably going to look a lot like urethane to start. You know, the pattern is pretty flat. We're bowling on probably, I think it's under 2-to-1 ratio. So to be able to stretch the pattern and then hopefully get into reactive, that's kind of going to be my game plan for today. And, you know, hard to say what the others are going to do. I could only imagine the first match we might see some urethane going down the lane. And then from there, it's going to be take a giant step left and, you know, hopefully you have the right ball reaction.
Which is your wheelhouse. So I bet you're kind of hoping we get to that point.
I wouldn't say desperately hoping, but yeah, I mean, you're more than likely going to see me, you know, crossing 4th or 5th arrow.
Well, the oil pattern that he's talking about is Don Johnson 40, and Kyle is going to give us a little bit more on that when we head to the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the 61st Tournament of Champions from here at AMF Riviera Lanes. Turn to the CW now to see who will be the 2026 Tournament of Champions